The wasteland is an ever-changing enigma, a tapestry woven with threads of danger and discovery. Fallout 76, the online prequel to the beloved Fallout series, has captivated players with its sprawling Appalachian wilderness and intriguing post-apocalyptic narratives. Now, a new chapter unfolds in Season 20, heralding the arrival of a long-awaited transformation, the ability to play as a ghoul. Imagine stepping out of Vault 76, not as a fresh-faced vault dweller, but as a survivor forever marked by the apocalypse. This is the promise of Fallout 76's Season 20. A chance to shed the constraints of humanity and embrace the eerie allure of the ghoul. To truly appreciate the magnitude of this update, we must first delve into the annals of Fallout lore. Ghouls, tragic figures forever suspended between life and death, have long been a staple of the Fallout universe. Their origins trace back to the Great War, when atomic fire rained down upon the world, irrevocably altering human history. Exposed to unimaginable levels of radiation, some unfortunate souls underwent a gruesome transformation, their bodies twisted and their lifespans extended. Throughout the Fallout series, players have encountered ghouls in various states of disrepair and disposition. Despite their often grotesque appearances, ghouls have always held a certain fascination for Fallout fans. Season 20 of Fallout 76 marks the first time players can truly step into the irradiated shoes of a ghoul. It's a significant departure from the traditional Vault Dweller experience, promising a fresh perspective on the game's challenges and rewards. Details surrounding the ghoul character creation and gameplay mechanics are still emerging from Bethesda Game Studios. One thing is certain, the introduction of playable ghouls opens up a Pandora's box of possibilities for Fallout 76. It allows players to explore the wasteland from a fresh perspective, experiencing the world through the eyes of those forever changed by it. Becoming a ghoul isn't just about slapping on some green makeup and calling it a day. It's about embracing a whole new way of life, one shaped by the unique biology of these irradiated survivors. Ghouls exist in a strange in-between state, their bodies ravaged by radiation yet strangely preserved by it. One of the most defining traits of a ghoul is their resilience to radiation. While regular folk avoid glowing puddles, ghouls thrive on the stuff. Radiation heals their wounds and staves off aging, but this resilience comes at a price. Ghouls are often ostracized and feared by those who don't understand their condition, and then there's the issue of feral ghouls, those who've lost their minds to the radiation, becoming mindless killing machines. The life of a ghoul in the wasteland is a constant balancing act, a tightrope walk between acceptance and rejection. They are living embodiments of humanity's greatest fear, walking reminders of the destructive power of the atom. Yet they are also symbols of resilience, testaments to the enduring nature of life itself. In settlements, ghouls are often met with a mixture of curiosity and suspicion. Some see past their irradiated exteriors and embrace them as fellow survivors. Others, driven by fear and ignorance, view them as potential threats. For ghouls, navigating this complex social landscape is a constant struggle. Imagine stepping out of the vault for the first time as a ghoul. No more worrying about radroaches giving you a lethal dose of radiation. You might find yourself basking in the glow of a nuclear reactor, soaking up those sweet, sweet rads. But being a ghoul isn't all sunshine and radstorms. You'll face new social challenges. Some folks might not be keen on sharing a campfire with someone who looks like they just crawled out of a toxic waste dump. But think of it as an opportunity to see the wasteland from a whole new perspective. Being a ghoul isn't just about looking like you walked out of a horror movie. It comes with perks that'll make human vault dwellers green with envy. Radiation is now your best friend, a free buffet of healing goodness. Ghouls are tough, shrugging off bullets and explosions like pesky mosquitoes. Frag mines, you can practically tap dance through a minefield. Ghouls blend in with irradiated surroundings, practically invisible to unsuspecting raiders. Just imagine the look on their faces when you pop out and say, "Boo!" Being a ghoul isn't all sunshine, rad storms and free healing. Your taste buds are as sensitive as a rusty pipe wrench stuck with a diet of irradiated squirrel. Good luck finding clothes that fit. You'll be rocking post-apocalyptic potato sacks. The real challenge lies in the social stigma. Not everyone will be thrilled to share a campfire with you. You'll encounter prejudice, fear, and maybe even a shotgun or two. But remember, what doesn't kill you only makes you stronger. Just because you're a ghoul doesn't mean you have to live in squalor. You can still build a camp that would make any wastelander jealous. Forget cute picket fences. You're going for industrial chic. Think rusty metal walls adorned with warning signs. How about a glowing green water feature that doubles as a Radaway dispenser? Crafting as a ghoul is a whole new ballgame. You'll have access to unique recipes and materials. Forget traditional weapons. You'll be crafting rad-infused power fists. The Fallout 76 community is buzzing with excitement over playing as ghouls. Forums are alight with discussions about potential builds and backstories. Players envision their ghoul characters as everything from grizzled scavengers to charismatic merchants. Imagine stumbling upon a traveling ghoul caravan or a lone ghoul shaman. Some players plan to roleplay their ghouls as tragic figures haunted by pre-war memories. The introduction of playable ghouls is about to inject a lot of personality into Fallout 76. The wasteland is about to get a whole lot more interesting. We've talked about the cool things that come with being a ghoul: radiation immunity, enhanced durability, unique crafting options. But how does the ghoul experience stack up against the human playthrough? As a human, those glowing green puddles are instant death sentences. But as a ghoul, rads are your jam. They're like free healing potions. Humans might not have your rad resistance, but they've got a few tricks up their sleeves. They can chug down chems and mutations for temporary boosts. Plus, they've got access to a wider variety of weapons and armor. Section 12. The radiation equation balancing strengths and weaknesses. See, that's the thing about Fallout 76. It's all about balance. Ghouls might have the upper hand when it comes to radiation, but humans have their own set of advantages. It's like a game of radioactive chess, each side with its own strengths and weaknesses. The key is to play to your strengths and exploit your opponent's weaknesses. Of course, in this case, your opponent might be a giant radioactive scorpion, but you get the idea. Take combat, for example. Ghouls are tough, no doubt about it. They can shrug off bullets like a rad roach shrugs off a light drizzle, but humans have access to power armor, those hulking metal exoskeletons that make you feel like a walking tank. It's a classic case of brawn versus technology. Who will reign supreme? Well, that depends on who's behind the controls, or in the ghoul's case, behind the glowing green eyes. Then there's the whole social aspect of the wasteland. Humans might be wary of your glowing complexion and unsettling grin, but don't let that get you down. There are plenty of ghoul factions out there who will welcome you with open arms, or at least open manholes. And who knows, you might even encounter a few open-minded humans who are willing to look past your irradiated exterior and see the slightly mutated person within. The future of ghouls in Fallout 76. What does the future hold for our glowing brethren? Only time and Bethesda will tell. Playable ghouls open up new possibilities. Imagine ghoul-specific quests and storylines exploring unique challenges and triumphs. Navigate social dynamics, prejudice and feral ghouls. Embark on a journey of self-discovery, finding your place in a world that fears you. Ghoul-themed events and raids await. Face hordes of glowing ghouls or team up to take down a legendary ghoul boss. The possibilities are endless. Playable ghouls are a game changer, offering a new perspective on the wasteland. Embrace the glow and see the world anew. Gear up, grab your Radaway and embrace your inner ghoul. The wasteland awaits. You know, when it comes to Fallout 76, the community is like that friend who's always got their finger on the pulse, or in this case, the Geiger counter of the wasteland. And let me tell you, the buzz surrounding playable ghouls is off the charts. Forums are blowing up with theories, suggestions, and enough fan art to make your head spin faster than a Corvega in a hurricane. We're talking about everything from detailed character builds, optimized for maximum rad resistance and creepy charm, to elaborate backstories that'd make Shakespeare jealous. Some folks are even planning entire ghoul communities with their own customs, traditions, and probably a really good rad roach stew recipe. Of course, it wouldn't be a proper Fallout update without a healthy dose of speculation and good-natured debate. Some players are already calling for ghoul-specific perks and abilities like enhanced radiation manipulation or the power to summon packs of glowing radroaches. Others are more concerned about balance, wondering how Bethesda plans to make ghouls a viable option without overshadowing those trusty old humans. Now, the Fallout 76 community is a passionate bunch, and they've got some pretty high hopes for this ghoul update. Top of the list, a truly immersive ghoul experience. We're talking about more than just a new character model and a few rad-themed perks. We're talking about unique dialogue options, interactions with NPCs that reflect your ghoul status, and maybe even a few quests tailored specifically for those who've embraced the glow. Imagine strolling into Diamond City, your irradiated skin practically shimmering under the slightly radioactive sun, and having the locals react to you with a mixture of awe, fear, and maybe even a little bit of disgust. Or how about encountering a group of Brotherhood of Steel paladins who are so blinded by their prejudice that they can't see the slightly mutated hero standing right in front of them? And then there's the dream of a fully fleshed out ghoul faction complete with its own storyline, quests, and maybe even a swanky underground lair filled with glowing mushrooms and rad-powered gadgets. Imagine joining forces with other ghouls to fight for acceptance in the wasteland, or maybe even embrace your inner raider and build a glowing green empire on a foundation of irradiated scrap metal and questionable morals. The possibilities are enough to make your head spin almost as fast as that Corvega we talked about earlier. The Ghoul update has the potential to be a defining moment for Fallout 76, a chance to breathe new life into the wasteland and give players a reason to dust off their hazmat suits and dive back into the irradiated unknown. So, with all this talk of glowing skin, rad-powered perks, and the ever-present threat of feral ghoulishness, one question looms larger than a deathclaw in a power armor factory. Is Fallout 76 about to experience a full-blown glow-up? Is this ghoul update the shot in the arm? Or maybe the vial of radioactive goo in the bloodstream that the game needs to solidify its place in the wasteland? Well, it's certainly a gamble, a roll of the 20-sided die in the irradiated dark. But hey, isn't that what Fallout's all about? Taking risks, embracing the unknown, and occasionally getting mauled by a mutated squirrel because you didn't see it hiding in the radioactive shrubbery? Think about it. Fallout 76 launched with its fair share of bumps and bruises. Remember the server issues, the missing NPCs, the endless cycle of fetch quests that made you want to hurl your Pip-Boy across the room? But through it all, Bethesda kept plugging away, patching holes, adding content, and listening to the community, well, most of the time. And slowly but surely, Fallout 76 started to find its footing. The Wastelanders update brought back those beloved NPCs, injecting some much-needed personality into the world. New events, quests, and storylines kept players engaged. And the addition of seasons provided a steady stream of rewards and reasons to keep coming back for more. Now, with the Ghoul update on the horizon, Fallout 76 is poised to take another giant leap forward, or maybe a shambling, irradiated shuffle, depending on your perspective. This isn't just about adding a new character model or a handful of perks. It's about embracing a whole new way to experience the wasteland, to see the world through the glowing green eyes of those who were forever changed by the bombs. Will it be a success? Will it usher in a new golden age for Fallout 76? A time of peace, prosperity, and maybe even a decent cup of irradiated coffee? Or will it be a glorious, glowing disaster, a cautionary tale about the dangers of tampering with the delicate balance of the wasteland? Only time will tell, my friend, but one thing's for sure. The future of Fallout 76 is looking a whole lot more interesting, a whole lot more unpredictable, and a whole lot more ghoulish. So, Grab your Geiger counter, slap on some Rad-X, or don't if you're feeling brave, and get ready to embrace the glow. The wasteland awaits, and it's got a fresh coat of radioactive paint.